Welcome everyone. Let's begin the fifth chapter from the book The Richest Man in the Babylon. The name of the chapter is The Five Laws of Gold. A bag heavy with gold, or a clay tab carved with words of wisdom. If thou hearts their choice, which would thou choose? By the flickering light from the fire of the desert shrub, the sun-tanned face of the listeners gleamed with interest. The gold, the gold! Chorus the 27. Old Kalabab smiled unknowingly. Hark, he resumed, raising his hand. Hear the wild dogs out there in the night. They howl and wail because they are lean with hunger. Yet feed them, and what do they? Fight and strout. Then fight and strout some more, giving no thought to the tomorrow that will surely come. Just so it is with the Son of Man. Give them a choice of gold and wisdom. What do they do? Ignore the wisdom and waste the gold. On the morrow they wail because they have no more gold. Gold is reserved for those who know its law and abide by them. Kalabab drew his white robe close about his lean leg, for a cool night wind was blowing. Because the heart served me faithfully upon a long journey, because they cared well for my camels, because they toiled uncomplainingly across the hot sand of the desert, because they fought bravely the robbers that sought to despoil my merchandise. I will tell this night the tale of the five laws of gold, such a tale as thou never hast heard before. Harkia, with deep attention to the word I speak, for if you grasp their meaning and heed them in the days that come, thou shalt have much gold. He paused impressively. Above, in a canopy of blue, the stars shone brightly in the crystal clear skies of Babylon. Behind the group loomed their faded tents tightly staked against possible desert storm. Beside the tent were neatly stacked bales of merchandise covered with skin. Nearby, the camel herd sprawled in the sand, some chewing their cud contentedly, others snoring in hoarse discord. Though Haas told us many good tales, Kalabab spoke up the chief packer. We look to the wisdom to guide us upon the tomorrow when our service with them shall be at an end. I have but told of my adventure in strange and distant land, but this night I shall tell of the wisdom of Arkad, the wise richest man. Much have we heard of him, acknowledged the chief packer, for he was the richest man that ever lived in Babylon. The richest man he was, and that because he was wise in the ways of gold, even as no man had even before him. This night shall I tell you of his great wisdom, as it was told to me by Nomeser, his son, many years ago in Nineveh, when I was but a lad. My master and myself had tarried long into the night of the place of Nemesis. I had helped my master bring great bundle of fine drug, each one to be tied by Nemesis, until his choice of colors was satisfied. At last he was well pleased and commanded us to sit with him and to drink a range vintage odor to the nostrils and most warming to my stomach, which was unaccustomed to such a drink. Then did he tell us this tale of great wisdom of Arkad, his father, even as I shall tell it to you. In Babylon, it is the custom, as you know, that the son of the wealthy father live with their parents in expectation of inheriting their estate. Arkad did not approve of this custom. Therefore, when Nomeser man stayed, he sent for the young man and addressed him. My son, it is my desire that thou succeed to my state. Thou must, however, first prove that though they art capable of wisely handling it. Therefore, I wish that thou go out into the world and show the ability both to acquire gold and to make themselves respected upon men. To start the well, I will give the two things of which I myself was denied when I started as a poor youth to build up a fortune. First, I give this bag of gold. I, though used it wisely, it will be the basis of the future success. Second, I give the clay tablet upon which is carved the five laws of gold. If those but interrupted them in the own act, they shall bring their competence and security. 10 years from this day come thou back to the house of the Father and give account of themselves. I though prove worthy, I will then make the hire of my state. Otherwise, I will give it to the priests that they may barter for my soul the land consideration of the God. Though no Messiah went forth to make his own way, taking his bag of gold, the clay tablet carefully wrapped in a skin cloth, his slave and the horse upon which they rode. Then 10 years passed. The Nomasar, as he had agreed, returned to the house of his father, who provided a greatest feast of his honor, to which he invited many friends and relatives. After the feast was over, the father and the mother mounted their throne like seats at one side of the great hall, and Nomasar stood before them to give an account of himself as he had promised his father. It was evening. The room was hazy with smoke from the wick of the oil lamp that but dimly lighted it. Slaves in white woven jackets and tunics fanned the humid air rhythmically with long steam palm leaves. I straightly dignity colored the skin. The wife of Numasar and his two young sons, with friend and other member of the family, sat upon rug behind him, eager listeners. My father, he began differently. I bow before the wisdom. 10 years ago, when I stood at the gate of manhood, thou bade me go forth and become a man among men, instead of remaining a vassal to the fortune. Thou gave me liberally of the gold. Thou gave me liberally of the wisdom of the gold. Alas, I must admit of a distressed handling. It fled ended from my inexperienced hand, even as a wild hare flees at the first opportunity from the youth who captures it. The father smiled indulgently. Continue, my son, the tale interests me as in all its detail. I decided to go to Niven as it was a growing city, believing that I might find there opportunity. I joined a caravan and among its members made numerous friends, two well-spoken men who had a most white large as fleet as the wind were among these. As we joined, they told me in confidence that in Nevin was a wealthy man who owned a horse so swiftly that it had never been beaten. Its owner believed that no horse living could run with the greatest speed. Therefore, could be his vigor, any sum however large than his horse could outspeed any horse in all the Babylon. Compared to the horse, so my friend said, it was but a lumbering ass that could be beaten with ease. They offered us a great favor to permit me to join them in a wager. I was quite carried away with the plan. Our horse was badly beaten and I lost much of my gold. The father laughed. Later I discovered that this was a deceitful plan of these men and they constantly journeyed with caravans seeking victim. You see, the man in Niven was their partner and shared with them the bet he won. This shrewd deceit taught me my first lesson in looking out for myself. I was soon to learn another equally bitter. In the caravan was another young man with whom I became quite friendly. He was the son of wealthy parents and, like myself, journeying to Neve to find a suitable location. Not long after our arrival, he told me that a merchant had died and his shop with its rich merchandise and patronage could be secured at a partly price, saying that we would be equal partner, but first he must return to Babylon to secure his gold. He prevailed upon me to purchase the stock with my gold, agreeing that he would be used later to carry out our venture. He long delayed the trip to Babylon, proving in the meantime to be an unwise buyer and a foolish spender. I finally put him out, but not before the business had deteriorated to where he had only unsaleable goods and no gold to buy other goods. I sacrificed what was left to an Israelite lad for a pitiful sum. Soon there followed, I tell you, my father bitter days. I sought employment and found it not for I was without trade or training that would enable me to earn. I sold my horses, I sold my slave, I sold my extra robe that I might have food and a place to sleep. But each day, Grim want crouched closer. But in those bitter days, I remembered their confidence in me, my father, though hardest sent me forth to become a man, and this I was determined to accomplish. The mother buried her face and wept swiftly. At this time I bethought me of the table thou had given to me, upon which thou had carved the 5 laws of gold. Thereupon I read most carefully the words of wisdom and realized that I had sought wisdom first. My gold would not have been lost to me. I learned by heart each law and determined that when one more the goddess of good fortune smiled upon me, I would be guided by the wisdom of age and not by the inexperience of youth. For the benefit of you who are seated here this night, I will read the wisdom of my father as I engraved upon the clay tablet which he gave me 10 years ago. In this इस कहानी में हम ये पता चलता है कि आर्कड ने जब उसको अपना खुद का हायर चूज़ करना था कि जो भी स्टेट उसका था वो अब किसको देगा, तो उसने अपने बेटे के पास एक शर्त रखी कि पहले उसका बेटा अपने आप को लर्न कर सके, अपने आप को केपेबल बना सके, तब जाके वो उसको अपनी स्टेट देगा। तो इसका मतलब है जो भी उसने गोल दिया था अपने बेटे को, उससे उसकी लिविंग करनी थी। अगर वो कर पाए या उसको क्या भी लेसन मिलता है अपनी लाइफ में, उसके बारे में करने को कहा था। इसमें अभी हम लोग को 5 लॉज ऑफ गोल्ड पता चलेगा जो आर्कड ने अपने बेटे को दी थी, जिसके बारे में हम लोग कल बात करेंगे। लेकिन आज की स्टोरी में पूरी स्टोरी इसी पर डिपेंड करती है कि कोई भी अपने बच्चे को कुछ भी ऐसे ही नहीं दे सकता। ये ज़रूरी नहीं है कि जो हमने बनाया है वो हमारे बच्चों को आसानी से हम लोग दे दें। उनको भी उस लेसन को लर्न करना होता है जिससे हम लोग ने गॉन थ्रू किया होता है, अपने आप को बिल्डअप करने में, अपने आप को बनाने में। और अगर आप लोग को ये कहानी अच्छी लगी हो तो हिट द लाइक बटन एंड थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग। And also, the laws of 5 gold will be delivered tomorrow in the next video. Thank you.